We've come to Mansfield, Ohio, to the largest manufacturer of carousel animals in the world, the Carousel Works.
The Richland Carousel Park, located just minutes away from the Carousel Works in Mansfield, Ohio. Here we see Metal Bear and Rabbit T. Rabbit, two eager participants ready for a full day of fun as they come and visit a long-enjoyed tradition of riding an old-fashioned carousel, an activity that for many generations have been enjoyed by child and adult alike. Looks like our two guests really enjoy these rides. Many people believe that the carousel not only brings joy to the hearts of children everywhere, but has made every adult feel just like a kid again as they relive the days of their own youths, which is why the carousel is believed to be a real-life fountain of youth for everyone to enjoy. And it doesn't matter if you're old, young, a rabbit, or a bear. The carousel is widely enjoyed by millions all over the world. But how are these wondrous attractions made? To find out, we take a tour through the main heart of the source at the Carousel Works, where we learned all about how these new carousels are created. The Carousel Works make all of their carousels in-house within a huge facility, with a full staff on duty to put every detail into building the future ideal carousels that will be featured in amusement parks and carnivals all around the world. What you're looking at is the first stage in building a carousel. The base of this frame can range in various sizes and radius to fit the individual desires as requested. From there, the frame that operate the revolving mechanisms are carefully assembled by top engineers, which start out as a computerized schematic before the physical details are built. Lots of care are put into these carousels, and it's not just with the eye candy of colorful detail, but these carousels must be tested to ensure the safety of anyone who will be riding them. In addition, the mechanisms of the carousel's frame is built to ensure its working durability with little to no future maintenance as possible. Every carousel that is built at the Carousel Works is tested for its quality and safety precautions before it even leaves the site. Now let's take a look at the process of putting together the carousel animals. The Carousel Works houses the top master craftspeople to carve the bodies of the animals by hand, and no two are exactly alike. And it's not just horses that make the carousel world go round, but other animals such as lions, unicorns, mythical creatures, insects, reptiles, dinosaurs, chickens, pandas, camels, zebras, bears and polar bears, wolves, birds, and fish, just to name a few. Sometimes even specially themed seats such as baseball bats and gloves are also made, depending on what is desired. There is no limit to the imagination when it comes to creating carousels. Now let's take a look at how these carousel characters are built. The carousel figures are all carved from 50 to 82-inch thick blocks of basswood. The blocks are then laminated together to create the shape of the animal's body. Features of each figure, such as the head, legs, and tail, are created separately from the body, since all of these parts are universal from each carousel horse that is made. These parts are pre-made and then stored within the facility for later construction of carousel horses. The tails and legs are duplicated on a machine that takes the intricate contours of the original piece and allows up to 4 other pieces to be cut simultaneously in order to lessen the time it takes to carve them. These blocks of basswood will later become tails for the horses. Once completed, they will be stored so that more tails can be duplicated later on. Once a horse's body and head are completely carved, all individual parts of the horse will all be assembled together and painted. The completed figure will remain stored until it's assembled onto a carousel. The entire process of creating a figure can range anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks, depending on the figure's intricacy and design. With every figure that is made, details to the animal's attire are also hand-carved and applied as separate pieces. These pieces are called trappings and can range from a simple saddle or leaf-shaped seat to an array of flowers, to costumes, jewels, and even armor. The trappings are created, then applied to the animals separately to allow the detail to pop out in living three-dimensional design, and gives the figure a sense of individuality. Even if the two figures do look identical, it's the trappings that make a huge difference in the appearance of the characters. So going from design to finished product, first the body is carved, then the head. Both separate pieces are attached and then blended together as one solid piece. The legs and tail will soon follow, and lastly, the figure's trappings are placed according to the initial design.
Partly because
Just think, a horse like this in the painting center. Once it's painted, this thing is going to spring to life in vivid color. If you notice, look real close on the detail here, and you see that their goal here is to make this look as realistic as possible. When this detail is finished, when all the paint is finished and set in place, and everything is drawn out, this cloth will look like as realistic as possible. Notice how it bends around like that. When this thing is finally painted, it's going to look real nice and interesting. Bet you can't wait to ride one of these in your carousel. And if you look at the horseshoe here, very close to an actual design of a horseshoe being put on a hoof. So when that is painted, you'll see a great detail.
Great detail indeed. And once the figure is completely assembled, we are now ready for the next phase, and this is where the Carousel Works team of talented artists come into play. The figures are all hand-painted by the artists using a water-based paint, and great care is taken into every detail of the figure's design, including the proper color, shading, and accenting details, to even the littlest details that are most often overlooked, but nevertheless crucial to the stunning design of every figure. After the figures have been dried, the next step is to apply several layers of clear coat, which protects the paint from normal wear and tear of weather, everyday use, and rough play. The finished product truly brings the figure to stunning life when it's completed. The artists also hand-paint each mural that are featured on the panels of the carousel using the water-based paint on a blank canvas, and no duplicates or copies are ever made, which ensures individuality and originality with each carousel that is made. These murals are painted according to the carousel's theme, which usually reflects on the area's history, wildlife, or local landmarks. When every single element has gone into making the carousel, they are tested, finalized, and then sent off into the world for each and every one to enjoy for years and years to come.
And that is pretty much how you go from all of that to this. From Mansfield, Ohio, this is SonicBlu Darkfold on behalf of the Pawpets Show, live at the Carousel Works.